This defense is amazing. And guess what? Sean McVay's a genius again. Who knew? He knows you have to run the ball. Cam Akers has stepped up. Jared Goff is now playing better. This is the team you do not want to play in the playoffs. They have experience, a quarterback that can make plays when he needs to, and a defense that is getting after your keister. That's a team that you like. That's the team that I love. And at number 4, I'm going with the Rodney Dangerfields of football, the Buffalo Bills. Yeah, you got a quarterback, Buffalo. I get it. You guys are happy. You finally have a dude. You've been waiting since Jim Kelly, and Josh Allen is him. You might as well call him Timothy because he is flat out balling. This dude is in the top of the AFC quarterbacks. I think it's Patrick Mahomes, Deshaun Watson, and then Josh Allen. You know why? Because of Stephon Diggs. The dude that's on the cover of ESPN right now. He's flat out going crazy. He took over the game against the Pittsburgh Steelers early in the second half. And when he took it over, he was talking to them about taking it over. And there was nothing that you could do with him. You got a defense that's getting more opportunistic. A pick 6 last week. Another pick by Levi Wallace. And one of the best corners in the game, Trey White. This team is going to be tough to beat in the playoffs. At number 3, I'm going with that bad man Stephen A. always talks about, and that's Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers is going to win the MVP. They got an opportunity to go to the Super Bowl. If they do that, Aaron Rodgers is in the top 3 of quarterbacks that's ever played to me. And I don't care what nobody says. When you look at what this dude is doing at this age, at this time, shouldn't we be talking about Aaron Rodgers kind of the way we talk about LeBron James? That he's one of the best we've ever seen, and along with being one of the best, he's now playing the best at a late age. Aaron Rodgers is on point. Aaron Jones is balling. Devontae Adams has stepped up and shown you that he's one of the best wide receivers to ever play this game. Not only playing right now. If they could just get enough defense, Greeny, just enough defense, they can win it. So the Cheeseheads need to play at home. It needs to be dang cold. Give Aaron Rodgers the ball. Try to stop somebody. And at number 2 is the New Orleans Saints. And I know there are going to be people all across the world, but they lost to Jalen Hurts. The Philadelphia Eagles beat them. I don't care. This freaking defense is phenomenal. They had to play a team. They didn't really know what they were going to get. And you had a quarterback on your team who was worse than the quarterback playing for the first time on the other team. When Drew Brees gets healthy, when this team is playing defense at the clip that we've seen it, and when Alvin Kamara gets back into it, I'm not sure why Sean Payton has gone away from that. This is one of the best teams in football. I feel like when this team stands across from the Kansas City Chiefs this weekend, they'll know that defensively we can play with Patrick Mahomes. We can play with Tyreek Hill. And I don't think many teams can say that, especially when they have a quarterback like Drew Brees who will not be scared of the moment against this team that's number 1, the Kansas City Chiefs. And I know, last week, guys, I messed it up. I said I was going to come on here and I was going to do smart things and I was going to move the Kansas City Chiefs down, even though I believe in Patrick Mahomes more than I believe in anybody in the world other than Justin Tucker. And I was wrong. Sometimes I'm wrong. But people couldn't tell me I was wrong because it was my god-darn rankings. But listen, you saw Patrick Mahomes last week. You know what we talked about all Monday? The awful game Patrick Mahomes had that moved Aaron Rodgers into the MVP lead. He threw for 393 yards, people. He had 2 tubs, people. They won the game. But that's how good he is, right? When he throws for 393 because somebody tips a pass and Byron Jones actually finally gets an interception, now we want to think he's not as great. She lies, you tell. Patrick Mahomes is the man. Kansas City is the team. And until somebody beats him, I guess that's just the way it's going to be.
There they are. Read them and weep. Ryan Clark's top 5. And again, number 1 plays number 2 this
Greeny, today is a gigantic day for Daniel Jones in terms of his health and whether or not this coaching staff feels that he is strong enough and ready to go. There was video on Wednesday of him stretching, working out with the team, that small window that the media is allowed to be at, and he just looked okay. And of course, this was Wednesday. Thursday practice was canceled, which is why today is so important to see how he's recovered from that Wednesday practice, but also where he's at. Because remember, he's dealing with 2 injuries. We got a hamstring, which always sort of lingers, that never 100% heals. And he's also dealing with a sprained ankle that he suffered during the game. So today we should know more about Daniel Jones. And of course, if he can't go, it's Colt McCoy.
So let me quickly ask RC and Bart about this one here. RC, let's talk about it. What is your sense, having seen what we saw last week and what was a disappointing loss for the Giants? Who do you think should start?
Listen, a hobbled Daniel Jones is a horse that should stay in the pasture, a horse that you shouldn't let get out and run. Listen, when he can go, he's a thoroughbred. He's one of the more athletic quarterbacks in this league. But if he can't, let's go with Colt McCoy. And I know people are going to say, okay, it's Colt McCoy. He's much more miniature pony than he is Colt. But when you don't have a Daniel Jones that can move, if you don't have a Daniel Jones that can create in the pocket, now you open him up to his turnover issues. Now guys can get to him, put hats on him, and allow him and give themselves a chance to get the ball out on Daniel Jones. He makes you a worse team when he can't move, when he can't maneuver, when he can't add to the run game. And so I say go with Colt McCoy, allow Wayne Goldman in that run game to lead you, and play defense on the other side of the football. Because Daniel Jones, when he's a dual threat quarterback, is a solid football player, a football player that can win you games. A one-leg Daniel Jones can't do anything but lose football games for you, and we saw him do that last week against the Cardinals.
So, Bart, let me ask you, you cover this team closely every day on your radio show on ESPN Radio New York, going national in a couple of weeks. Do you, after that disappointing loss last week, do you still believe the Giants can win this division?
It's going to be tough because they have to go through two teams in which it's going to be tough sledding against. You think about the Cleveland Browns, they have playoff aspirations. Also, you think about they have the Baltimore Ravens after that. The only homecoming game they have left is the Dallas Cowboys. To RC's point, if you can't really go in. I thought they went all in with Daniel Jones because they thought the game that they could win was the Cardinals and the Cowboys. And the 1st to 7 in this division is probably going to lock this division up. This is time to have the talk. And I know it's an uncomfortable situation in which we have with players, but it's time to say, listen, we're all in. We only need you to get us 1 or maybe 2. We might have to shoot that thing up. You're going to be sore. It's going to hurt you later on. We don't know if you're going to tear something. But if we can get to the postseason, win a divisional title, it may be time to have that Toradol talk and maybe that pain shot talk. And that's just the reality of the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, that's been a part of football for a very long time. We'll wait and see. Obviously, Diana will keep us posted. Meanwhile, let's talk about another game this weekend. It is a well-known fact that Bill Belichick feasts on rookie quarterbacks, and he gets another shot at one Sunday against Tua and the Dolphins. Here's what he has done. In 2018, Belichick's defense held Josh Allen to 217 yards, picked him off twice in a win over the Bills. The very next week, New England hammered the Jets and their rookie at the time, Sam Darnold, 38-3. They sacked him 4 times, forced a fumble in the process. Last year, they played Daniel Jones and the Giants. They won that game by 3 touchdowns, held Jones to less than 50% completion, worst of his career. And then just 2 weeks ago, you might remember, they destroyed the Chargers, 45-0. Justin Herbert, it's the only bad game he's had. They sacked him 3 times, and they picked him off twice. So there's just something about Belichick against rookie quarterbacks. He has reeled off 12 straight wins against rookie QBs going back to 20.